one step forward for Boris's Brexit bill, but he's left standing still over the timetable.
And we now face further uncertainty, and the EU must now make up their minds over how to answer Parliament's request for a delay. And the first consequence, Mr. Speaker, is that the government must take the only responsible course and accelerate our preparations for a no-deal outcome.
A dramatic few weeks saw British Prime Minister Boris Johnson jetting from Ireland to Brussels to London, trying to negotiate the deal that would see Britain exit the EU after 3 long years, and all by the now infamous deadline of October 31st. But the simple yes or no vote on the deal that he wanted didn't happen. Instead, MPs voted for the deal to become legislation that would need to be approved by the House of Commons and the House of Lords.
So the ayes have it, the ayes have it.
With the deadline looming and no deal agreed upon, Johnson had to ask the EU for an extension, something he said he'd rather be dead in a ditch than do. Johnson tried to pass his deal again on Monday, but the Speaker of the House ruled against the vote.
For our future friendship.
In summary, today's motion is in substance the same as Saturday's motion, and the House has decided the matter. Today's circumstances are in substance the same as Saturday's circumstances. My ruling is therefore that the motion will not be debated today, as it would be repetitive and disorderly to do so.
Third time lucky, on Tuesday, Johnson put forward the deal as the Withdrawal Agreement Bill. Lawmaking is usually a lengthy process, but with the deadline looming, the Prime Minister wanted it passed in a matter of days, rather than weeks.
17 hours isn't very much to deal with 40 clauses and 110 pages of this legislation. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister is trying to blindside this Parliament to force this deal through, and this Parliament must challenge him in doing that.
Just 14 MPs stood between Boris and Brexit when the 3-day timetable was rejected, 322 votes to 308. Now it looks unlikely that Johnson's Withdrawal Agreement Bill can be passed by Parliament in time to meet the October 31st deadline.
So the noes have it, the noes have it.
That might mean another extension, so that MPs can take their time to scrutinise and potentially amend the legislation. Now, EU leaders will determine whether to grant the UK another delay. European leaders who appear to be running out of patience.
It's now up to the British Parliament to say what it thinks about it. It's no longer up to the European Union, which has already said things. We therefore need a vote on the substance and not delaying tactics to save time. And I believe that the President of the Republic has been relatively clear on this matter. An additional delay is in no one's interest.
And if the EU doesn't approve a delay, then the UK could still crash out without a deal. Imogen Kimber, The Newsmakers.